Cheers, YouTube! Today we're back with another episode of the USCB Rebuild. And last episode I let you guys know that the save file got corrupted. That is true, but I was able to play the East Carolina game first. But after that, we're going to be hopping into a new Dynasty save file with new recruits and new everything. So the games that ended up getting deleted were North Carolina, East Carolina, and our game against Bowling Green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this series up a little bit, and we're going to be hopping into 4 games from now on till the end of the season so that we can get into Season 2 and make this a real rebuild. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you guys the top highlights from those games, the East Carolina, North Carolina, and Bowling Green games. And you guys enjoy those. And then after that, we're going to be back with the Coastal Carolina video next episode, which is a absolute banger. So y'all enjoy. 3rd and 4 here. We're looking to get the option going to Tyson because he has been electric so far in this game. Boom. Pitch. Hit him with a spin. Yep. Nice gain. All right, time for the red zone now. 3rd and 8. Big time conversion coming up. I'm not seeing anything. Time for Olsen to scramble. Hit him with a juke move. He fumbled. No, he fumbled. If we could just get one 3rd down conversion, that's all I'm asking for. Scott McClellar over the middle. Dime! 1st and 10. The Pirates are driving here. I'm going to get on Freeman to drop back into coverage. Oh, I see that slant over the middle. I'm all over it. And oh my gosh, how? I was all... All right, it's a new series here. 1st and 10. We're going to be looking to get the ball deep downfield. That's Spencer Strickland. That's a dime. That's a catch. 2nd and 10 here. We need to get something going. A little play action over the middle. I like it. No, he's double covered. That was a horrible read by me. Oh, my God. It's going to be intercepted, and they're going to have the ball on the 25-yard line. 4th and 3 here. Big conversion. I'm going to put Strickland on this wheel, and if he can't get open, I'm scrambling. It's covered. I got to get out of the pocket, get a good block, McClellar, and that's a 1st down, baby. All right, we are getting absolutely spanked right now, but if we can get a touchdown right before half here, we might be able to lead a comeback in the second half. Demetrius Williamson back in the end zone, and it's picked off, of course. 4th and goal, looking for a little razzmatazz here with the fake pull.
What the hell are you talking about?
Touchdown! And the Sand Sharks are coming back, baby. It's comeback time, baby. New series, 1st and 10, locked up. Oh, my God. We need to stop running man coverage. He is wide open. Nico Collins cannot... Oh, that's Noah Collins, my fault. But he can't cover my grandma in a wheelchair. Wide open touchdown, East Carolina. We are getting absolutely whooped. This game may just be over. The save file changed on the last dynasty. This is going to be the box score for our current dynasty. However, the score ended up pretty much the same, so I feel like this was worth not going back and replaying the entire game. Since most of the film deleted for the North Carolina game, I'm just going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how this game went. Final score 56-25. We did some work in the second quarter to make it a decent game before half, just 34-19, with some failed 2-point conversions. And I thought I was gonna get a comeback going. Obviously didn't, as you can see. The second half went horrible for us. They had 3 touchdowns in the second half. We had 1, failed the 2-point conversion, and the rest is history. Just kind of going down. Final score 56-25, just kind of going down here. You can see we have the same amount of 1st downs, and we actually had more total offense. But I really think what hurt us is we went for the 4th down 8 times, and we got 4 of them, but 4 misses also. So 50% not great. We had 294 passing yards to 202, so honestly pretty impressive, in my opinion. 2-point conversion, we did okay in there, 2 for 3. And then on 3rd down, I also think that really killed us. Just kind of jumped back up here. 4 for 15 is not great, which is what was causing us to go for it on 4th down a lot. And I think really the nail in the coffin here is we lost the turnover battle. And I think that coupled with the 4 for 8 on 4th downs really killed us. But I honestly think we played pretty well in this game, and I think that they are a Power 5 ACC opponent, so I think going into some of these Group of 5 matchups, we might be a little bit better. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the individual stats in this game. Just starting off with North Carolina, Max Johnson had a phenomenal game, besides the 2 interceptions he threw. But honestly, he was dicing up the defense. 71 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 202 yards. Pretty outstanding, but he's a good quarterback, 82 overall. A lot better than we'll probably be seeing in the Sun Belt this season. Rushing-wise, Marion Hampton was a beast. As expected, he's one of the best running backs in all of college football. And he just absolutely killed us. 7.5 yards per carry is insane. I'm surprised they didn't give him like 40 carries because they would have crushed us. 6 broken tackles. He had a 51-yard gain or run there. And yeah, absolute slaughterfest. And then moving on to receiving wise, they had J.J. Jones, the senior. He crushed us. 24.5 average yards per catch, 6 receptions, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's ridiculous. Honestly, nobody else really cooked us. I mean, you can see their next highest in yards receiver had 25 yards. So it was literally just this dude all game crushing us. And then they also had another dude that had 2 catches for 13 yards and 2 touchdowns. But, I mean, honestly, not really that big of a contributor. Mostly it was J.J. Jones there. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they were also really good. They had 3 interceptions, as you can see. They had so many TFLs. I think, one guy here has got 5 TFLs. They also had a ton of sacks. I mean, all over the place, we were getting crushed. Moving to our side of the ball here, Tyler Olson, horrific game. He did have 256 passing yards, but no touchdowns and 3 interceptions is bad. He had 42 attempts, 21 completions for a 50% completion rate. Also not good, 86.9 quarterback rating. Not what you want to see out of your starting quarterback, especially out of a senior who should have more leadership. And then running the ball, we did pretty bad. I mean, we tried. Our top guys combined 23 carries, Spencer Strickland and Keontae Tyson. But they only combined for, roughly 60 yards there. Look at the yards per carry. It's not looking good. But Keontae Tyson was able to find the end zone twice. Spencer Strickland was able to get in there once. Pretty decent. Receiving-wise, Demetrius Williamson had an absolute masterclass, 7 receptions for 124 yards. But as we saw before, no touchdowns on the receiving or passing side of the ball. Kind of a surprising breakout here is from L.J. Young. He had a pretty solid game there. With 2 receptions and 49 yards. Kind of hurt to see Justin Foreman only get 1 catch. It was a 36-yard bomb, but I do want to see him get more involved in the future. And then going over to the defense here, we got Quincy Blue as our leading tackler. He had 8 tackles, 4 assisted tackles, 4 solo. Pretty solid. He also comes in with 2 TFLs and half a sack. Not bad for a safety, but, your defense isn't very good if your strong safety is your leading tackler at the end of the day. Leading us on the TFL side of the ball is going to be Octavius Terrell. He also had another half a sack, pretty solid. And then Kobe Garland and Taj Coles were able to get a full sack today. And interceptions go to Noah Collins Jr. and Taj Coles. So Taj Coles had a pretty phenomenal game overall. But, other than that, it was a rough game. It was a rough game all around. The defense wasn't able to really stop anybody. The offense wasn't able to do anything. 3 interceptions killed us. Not hitting it on 4th down killed us. But I think the defense did solid for the positions they were put in. And then you can see here, Matthew York did hit a field goal. No extra points because we kept going for it on 2. But, honestly, I think for how bad our team is, we played pretty solid. Moving on to Bowling Green here, this is one of the games that we decided to simulate because going forward in this series, we're only going to be playing 4 games for the rest of the season just so we can get on to Season 2 and get our new recruits into the system quicker and make this a real rebuild. So the way I'm doing that is I'm going to be playing the Coastal Carolina, the Georgia Southern, the Appalachian State, and then to end the season, senior night is going to be against Marshall. But going into this Bowling Green game a little bit more, final score 54-24. I was hoping, our tough start to the season was just because we played some tougher opponents. I really thought Bowling Green was a winnable game for the CPU here. But it didn't. It started out pretty good, though. We were up 17-14 at halftime here, and then it just looks like Bowling Green came out of halftime angry because they just slaughtered us in that third quarter. scoring 19 to our 0. And then they really put the cherry on top, hitting 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to our 1. That makes the final score 54-24 here. As you can see, we did not play very well. 296 yards total offense. They're 451. Third down conversion-wise, they went 8 for 15. We went 5 for 17. Pretty awful. Fourth down conversion-wise, I'm surprised the CPU went for it 3 times, if I'm being honest. I don't know if that's because I have it set to aggressive or not. But 66% of fourth down is pretty solid, I will say. But I think what killed us again, we lost the turnover battle, just like what happened against UNC. The turnovers really hurt us here, and in this case, it was throwing 2 interceptions. Moving into player stats a little bit here, we're going to look at our side first. Tyler Olson, a much better game than North Carolina, much better. He had 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But I think what really hurt Tyler Olson in this game is 8 sacks. Can our offensive line get him some help? I mean, 40% completion is bad, but when you get sacked 8 times, what are you even supposed to do? I honestly just feel bad for the guy. Keontae Tyson had a much better game this time, 4.3 yards per carry, 12 carries, 51 yards, no touchdowns this time. I think where we went wrong in this game, or where the CPU went wrong really, is not giving Spencer Strickland any touches. He had 2 carries for 0 yards and a fumble. Pretty bad game for him, but I wish we could have got him more involved, or I wish the CPU could have got him more involved there. Receiving-wise, CJ Peaks, great game, 4 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Javion Foreman also had a great game, 3 receptions, 33 yards, and a touchdown on top of that. Another good game from LJ Young, but Demetrius Williamson, I really need him to get more involved if we're going to win games going forward here. And then defensively here, Noah Collins led us an assist. I mean, if your cornerback leads you in assists, just like what I said about Quincy Blue, if a strong safety or a corner leads your team in total tackles, what are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? Chase Freeman also had 7 tackles, to be fair, but I mean, why does Noah Collins have 7 tackles? Why does Nico Solomon have 6 tackles? Why does Quincy Blue have 6 tackles? I feel like our linebackers need to be getting these tackles and not our secondary. I think another thing that hurt us in this game, no sacks. We didn't get a single sack, no pressures, nothing. Our defensive line really needs to step up in that department. Didn't force any turnovers. TFL-wise, we had 2 TFLs. I mean, shouts to Taj Coles and Kobe Garland for at least getting 2 TFLs, but bad game from our defense. Really bad game from our defense there. And then just looking at Bowling Green real quick, this dude, Connor Basilak, he crushed us. 5 touchdowns, 248 yards, 56% completion. I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, honestly. And then running the ball, they had 2 running backs that just killed us too. I mean, we can't stop the run. We can't stop the pass. I mean, can we stop anybody? Terrion Stewart here had 12 carries for 103 yards and a touchdown. And then Jason Patterson had 12 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown again. Horrible. And then receiving-wise, Harold Fannin, who I thought was going to do a lot more damage, had 3 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown there. They also had another receiver, Jalen Tillman, go for 5 receptions and 54 yards and a touchdown. But look at how he spread this ball around. I mean, 5 touchdowns passing and all 5 different players. Honestly disgusting. On their side of the ball, their 2 interceptions went to Joseph Sipp and Jordan Alucon. He's pretty good. He's an 87 overall. I don't really think we're going to see a secondary like him for the rest of the season. But their 8 sacks, I mean, most of it came from Ali Saad, their left end, which really is making me question what our left tackle's doing. I think that's Harold Perkins on the left tackle, actually. And then, but honestly, I mean, everybody got a piece. The right end, Jordan Porter got one. The left outside linebacker, Charles Rosser, got one. Defensive tackle, Devontae Mills got one. D.R. Kelly, their other defensive tackle, got one. I mean, just overall, what a poor game from the team as a whole. Hopefully going into Coastal Carolina, we're going to be a lot better. And that's going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys for staying all this time. I'm really sorry that the file is corrupted, so I cannot get out game footage for Bowling Green or North Carolina. I was able to get you guys some of that East Carolina game, but, the file's corrupted. So I'm sorry that I wasn't able to put out better content for you guys. Thank you guys for staying this time. And make sure you come back next episode. We're going to be taking on Coastal Carolina in the first Sun Belt game of USCB's career, and it's going to be an absolute banger. You don't want to miss it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you all for watching.